All right, welcome back. Today we're down here at the other property my wife and I purchased for her parents, and we got a little bit of work to do. Something I haven't shown you guys yet, but this property came with a second two-stall garage, and it's a pole building. When the previous owner of this house built the garage, they never did concrete the floor in here, and I've decided that I would like to concrete this garage so I can actually shut the doors down to concrete. Right now they shut down to these boards that he had put on there, and that will be the height of the concrete in here. So what I need to do is get this to grade, and all the gravel that he had put in here was just because he left it a gravel floor and didn't want it to be muddy. So I think at this point in time I'm going to go ahead, and I've already started on taking the gravel out to get this thing leveled up and to grade, and I've gone through, you can see some of these areas where I've dug out, and I took the transit and set grade with all those. So I had a rough idea of how much I needed to take out at each pole, and I need to take this out to get them down to the bottom of those holes to that grade. So I've got to come in here and grade all this out. I'm doing it with my Bobcat T770. And in the areas over here, I do have to hand scoop that stuff out. So what I'll do is dig that out, throw it in the middle, and then pick it up. And I think I'm going to be putting a single floor drain right here dead center and have everything slope probably an inch to an inch and a half low here in the center. That way all the water that would ever get in here will slope to the center. One single floor drain, and I'll dig a ditch out through there and just empty it out into the side yard, because that is the lowest point over there. We're gonna go ahead and get this all scooped out of here. And what I'm doing with this extra gravel is I'm actually reusing it or utilizing it in the driveway where there was a sharp corner that came out. So the grass came down to a straight point and then across. So I put some geomat down, and I've already put a bucket load or two on here. I've clipped the corner here to make this turn coming in and out here a little bit better. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and put about 4 or 5 inches of stone on that, blend this all in, and it should make this driveway look normal or a nice sweep coming in and out of it. So hang tight and we'll go ahead and get this gravel out of here. in this corner based on where I shot grade. So right now I'm just trying to get the gravel out of here so I can reuse that. And then whatever dirt I need to take out, I don't want to put that on the driveway area. So just trying to get the gravel out, then we'll go ahead and remove whatever dirt we need to get out. You can see I got most of the gravel out of here. I still will have to do some handwork around the edges because the last thing I want to do is run into the wall in here. And if you guys think that this is easy, you try stuffing that big of a machine in this small of a garage with one eye closed and no depth perception. One thing I didn't mention is this is a 24 by 24 building, a pole building. This garage has probably been here for, I'd say, close to 15 or 20 years now. I don't know exactly when Tom had it built, but I'd really like to have a concrete floor in here so Dick and I can put things in here, and makes it easier to sweep up. So I'll catch back up with you when we get to the floor drain, get that all squared away, set the height, and then it'll be just a matter of pouring concrete from there. So I've got my 10-foot section of pipe here. It won't make it the whole way, so I'll need two pieces and cut it off outside the wall. But something that I want to make sure I do correctly here is I want to glue this 90 on first, lay it in the ditch, and then I want to make sure that I set my floor drain so this point is going towards the wall, not the flat side, and the same with the front. The reason we want to do that is if we make control joint cuts in here, they'll go from that point to the front wall and from this point to the back wall, rather than having the cuts come into the side of this. So I talked to the concrete contractor on this, and that's what he had suggested, and I would prefer it that way as well, so those control cuts are coming into each point. So what I've got to do is get this thing glued up, get it laid down into the pipe here, and I may run a string line from front to back just to make sure that my points are matching up there. Put my string line dead center of the building on both sides and running across, and you can see here where that string meets those 2 points. I got to bump it a little bit, but I haven't glued it yet. So that's what I want. I want that floor drain in here on an angle so the control cuts come to the points, if you weren't following me earlier. And we're going to go ahead and get this all glued in and get it set to grade height. Go ahead and glue on the rest of the pieces. One thing I would like to show you what I did here is I put some rebar on each side underneath the flange, and those will get cemented in, but I did that just so in the time frame between now and when they come to actually do the concrete on the floor, if somebody should bump this or kick this, it will not get knocked so far out of whack that it makes it difficult to get it back. So when we go ahead and actually pour the concrete, we'll just throw a little level on this, and when they get the height of it, we'll get that thing set to make sure it didn't get bumped. So now I've got to take the rest of the pipe out the underneath the building, turn it on as 45, and terminate it outside there. So this should be pretty quick. All right, I got that all tamped in. I used my sledgehammer to tamp around the sides of it, so that should be pretty solid right now. And like I said, we'll go ahead and put a coupler on there, take it out the door, get a quick measurement, see what I need, and then before we go to the 45 outside. There we go. Alright, I got it all buried. Now this end here, I'm going to get some more gravel. I'll put it over that. I'm going to put one of those plastic screen caps on the end of that to keep mice and stuff from crawling in, but I mean they couldn't get up through the inside trap very easily. But put some gravel over that. That way when he runs the lawnmower across here it won't be a problem. We'll bury that with stone so it'll be all hidden and it'll bring it up to the grade of the dirt here. So it's all buried, compacted in through the wall, under the wall I should say, and then back to the drain. Now I've got to go in and get just a light layer of gravel in here to bring it up to about 5 inches of concrete is what the quote says. I know I went back and looked at it and it said 5 inches of concrete, so we'll go ahead and get this graded out here and get it all ready for concrete. And you guys might be asking, well, why did you peel all the gravel out? Well, back here there was probably 3 or 4 inches of dirt that had to be removed under the gravel. So the gravel I took out of here was just a thin layer on top of the dirt, and I wanted to use it over there in the driveway like I showed earlier. So I didn't want that dirty dirt mixed in with the good gravel that we're going to be putting in here and raking around. So I got to get a load of stone ordered and start shoveling it in. All right, I'm back and I got 9 tons of rock delivered, or stone, for putting in on the garage floor there. Gonna come in here and put a couple inches on the floor towards the corners over around here, and then right around in this area it is all ready to grade. We're at about 5 inches there, so I've got to create a little bit of a slope to this because that is lower to get the concrete to slope. So I'll just fill these areas in with some gravel here. And one nice thing about this bucket that I have that articulates side to side is I can feather that gravel a little more on one side or the other. All right, well, as you've seen, I've got the floor all graded out in here. I am about 5 inches from the gravel to the top. There's an ever so slight slope up, so it's a continuous 5 inches all the way through the entire pad. And from there to the top of concrete is 5 inches as well. So it's a lot of work, grading this out, raking it, whatever. And it's extremely hard to do it with a big machine like that in here. So just dump it in is where you can get it to be about the right height. And then just you got to hand rake it out and shovel it and get it to where you need. So they'll come in here and put some form boards on the front edge of the garage doors. And I want a little bit of a slope going down on that so rainwater runs down and out. But other than that, I guess the next step is I'm going to go ahead and put some plastic down on here for moisture barrier. And then they're going to bring some wire mesh and start concreting it. All right, I've got all my plastic down. It is 3 10-foot wide sheets, so there is a couple feet overlap on each one, and I taped the seams up. So got that all ready, and I guess now we just need some wire mesh, and we'll get this all poured up. All right, well, I think that's going to end the video for today. I didn't want this one getting too long, and we've got a lot more things that we're going to be doing with this garage inside of it. So stick around. There'll be a part 2 on this, and maybe even a part 3 where we might get into some garage organization and things like that. So if you enjoyed the video, give me that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks, and see you again soon.